Hey guys, this is John from Sonic Drive Studio. I've been really enjoying the guitar amp simulation plugin S-Gear from Scuffham recently. And a while ago I did a video about getting good heavy metal tones out of this plugin. In this episode we're going to look at more mellow tones. The main tones are rock tones, but less scooped and less heavy metal sounding. And the clean guitars are really sparkly and have a little bit of grind to them, a little bit of gain and grit. Now we're going to listen to a short tune that I made to demonstrate these tones. Before we listen to this tune, I'd like to ask you to please hit subscribe to our channel, and you can also follow us on facebook.com/sonicdrivestudio. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a listen. I hope you enjoyed that tune. Let's take a quick look at what's going on here. So in the first part we have two rhythm guitars panned hard left and right. Let's listen to a little section with these guitars soloed. So we have a nice and crunchy rock tone there. Kind of reminds me of guitar tones from bands like Aerosmith or Led Zeppelin. So let's see what we're doing in the plugins. First up, on the single channels we have S-Gear going on for the amp tones. So for this crunchy tone I'm using the Jackal amp model set to dirty. I have the boost and bass shift controls enabled, as well as the amp drive control. These are the basic amp settings that I have going on. And the cab that I'm using, of course, is an OwnHammer IR. It's the 4x12 Marshall TV cab with the M25 speaker option, and I'm using the OwnHammer 1 mix. I found that the cabs from the Marshall UK collection from OwnHammer sound really good with S-Gear, so definitely check that out. There's nothing really happening in the cab block other than that. I'm using the noise gate and I have adjusted the input and output levels. Second channel is the same, just pan to the right. Then let's go over to the group channel where I've routed them to. Now with FGS I'm cutting some mids, some low mids to make room for the bass guitar and the drums a bit more. This area can really clean up or muddy your guitars up, so take a look at this area and make sure you find the right balance. And as usual I am cutting some lows under 92 Hz. I love lift on everything, and again I'm using it on the guitars. I'm just using the high lift with the present setting. So with these equalizers on they fit the mix a bit better and they cut a bit more. Now before we go to the clean guitars, let me show you one more thing. I'm sending these guitars to a reverb channel at about -16 dBs, and I'm sending them to the new Verb Suite Classics plugin, of course. I'm just using this to add some dimension and space to the guitars. It sounds more as if they were recorded in an actual room together this way. I'm using the BM7 emulation with the Rooms 2 type and Studio 3. Then let's go to the clean guitars. Let's take a listen. Let's go to the guitar on the left first. For this tone I'm using the Steeler amp model with these settings. Note that I have the push and boost switch enabled to give the guitars a bit more edge. It's more of an on the edge of breakup type sound. I really love that for this part. Again, I'm using the OwnHammer 4x12 Marshall TV cab, but this time with the H30 option and the OwnHammer 2 mix. I also have a compressor set up after S-Gear, just to even out the dynamics a little bit. And for the second guitar, I have a compressor set up before S-Gear, once again to even out the dynamics. And here we have S-Gear again. Basically the same amp settings and the same cab. The only difference is that I'm using the delay here. Of course, you're also going to want to try the new repeater plugin that's coming out very soon. But for now, this will do. I'm sending the clean guitars to Clean Guitar Bus here. Only cutting out some lows and adding some air. And for the clean guitars, I'm also sending them to a reverb. This time at -11 dBs. And I'm using a different instance of Verb Suite Classics with a different room. I'm also using the Bricasti unit, set to Rooms 1 type, and the name is Large Red Room. To make these sound even more spacious, I'm adding a little bit of pre-delay, slight bit of chorus. This does give the reverb more depth. Okay guys, that was it. As you could see, I didn't have to do a whole lot to make these tones sound great. S-Gear can really make your guitar tone shine. I will be doing more videos about S-Gear and Slate plugins in the future, so please hit subscribe. And thanks a lot for watching. See ya!